Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for dropping by this video. So, just right here, right now, I just welcome the awareness of the presence of God. I believe God is with us always, but we're not always aware of that wonderful fact. So I just take a moment and invite the awareness of that. And just ask that my words be guided, that they be helpful. So I've been thinking a lot about this phrase, hopeful universalist. And many people adopt that phrase. And a while back, someone asked me, what do I think that means? And I shared a little bit. And I'd like to share a little more. I don't like that phrase, but I can really connect with it and get behind it. And here's why. A lot of how religious conversation and thinking, it's turned very dogmatic nowadays. And maybe I think it's been so for a while, but for example, someone will say something like, people who don't believe in Jesus will go to hell. You'll just be taught, like having a spiritual dialogue, and they'll be like, well, people who don't believe in Jesus are going to hell. And so the problem with a statement like that is it states an opinion, a belief as a fact. Now, this is very subtle. What the truth is that person believes that. But there's some confusion that's happened. And the confusion is what I believe is true. The problem with this is, first of all, it's dishonest. But second of all, it takes us out of the realm of faith. Now, faith is really the foundation of almost any spiritual or religious tradition is based on faith. But faith is a trust, a relying. But faith is not a knowing. It can be a deep trust, but if it was a knowing, it wouldn't be faith. So in essence, in the example I gave, that person has faith that people who don't believe in Jesus will go to hell. But instead of expressing it that way, saying, I believe, I have faith, I trust, they state it as if it's a fact. And you can almost feel the tension in it. Faith doesn't really have tension because faith is about trust. And so a hopeful universalist, again, I don't really like that phrase, doesn't really work for me, but I think the spirit of what's seeking to be expressed is, this is what I have faith in. I have faith that all will be restored. All will be restored. All will be saved. Do I know it? No. Do I trust in it? This would, if someone said, you're a hopeful universalist and explain what you mean, this is what it would mean for me is, no, I don't know that everyone will be saved, but I trust in it. I'm convinced it's true, but I don't actually know. So it's not so much I'm convinced, I have deep conviction, but ultimately I don't know. I have faith and trust, and in some ways hope. Though that doesn't quite land for me. That's the thing. The thing with hope is, hope is a tricky word, and I think that's where people get confused. Well, what does that mean? Hopeful universalist, or hopeful anything. Hope really denies. It really expresses a very strong uncertainty. Well, I hope that happens. Whereas faith is, I really believe, but I don't actually know. And so I trust. And hope is more like, I really hope this is going to happen, but I don't really know if it is. It, um, yeah, so I'm going to actually take a look at the word hope in the Greek and see. Here's a little live. Okay, and now we get down to it. The Greek the Greek that gets translated to hope is elpis, according to Strong's Concordance. Elpis means expectation, trust, and confidence. Now we're talking. That's very different from hope. So many things get lost in translation. Now, I am an Elpis Universalist. I have expectation, trust, and confidence. And yeah, words can get really tricky. So I think we just solved our mystery. Hope, I would say, is a very poor translation. Um, and we've seen this before when universal reconciliation is a lot of things get unlocked in when you go back to the Greek, and a lot of things get locked when that Greek gets translated into English. So, with trust, confidence, and I have trust, confidence, and expectation that all will be saved, all will be reconciled to God. Hope that's helpful. Take care, dear ones. Big love.